Hi everybody, Rain Dragon here and welcome back to the channel. Now, I've recorded a couple of videos and had a loose connection on my microphone, so when I went back to check the videos and edit them, there was like robotic sounds and whatnot. So what I'm going to do, instead of showing you or redoing the episodes that I did, is show you what we did, or what I did, my current talent build, the DPS it does, that kind of stuff. So this might only be a short video, so I'm sorry about the little content, but like I said, I did record for about an hour or an hour and 15 minutes earlier doing a couple of videos, and then when I went to edit them, they were all completely waste of time. So let's start off with the Atlas. So I can't remember if I showed the rune wards on the last episode or not, but what I've done is you can spend money, I think it's 10,000 gold, to uncover, some of them are more expensive, but to uncover a hint as to what needs to be used to create a certain item. And I've actually unlocked some of these items, so I'm just going to go through the ones I have. Firstly, Triumph, all party members are healed for 0.5% of their maximum health every 3 seconds. So if you're running a build that heal over times or use auras, that's probably pretty good. Increase the duration of salvation by 1 second, plus it gives you a bunch of tank, maximum HP, party max HP, elemental resist, etc. Elemental resistance is, by the way, where we are in the point of the game, is so important. Like, the resistances to fire specifically where I am. Rapid shot. There's a rapid shot one. It does the extra damage, adds an arrow, but it can't be blocked or dodged. There's a couple with minus effects. I think, is it this one? It's not this one. Whenever healer is shielded, gain 2 mana per second. It increases max mana, all shielding effects, etc. So if you're running a shield build like a priest build, that's good. Replica, 20 to 22% spirit orb effect. When any party member gains a spirit orb, they have a 60% chance of gaining an additional spirit orb. I'm sure there was one with a negative effect. Perhaps I've gone past it and I didn't realise. Is it that one? Yeah, minus 250 heal power. So just make sure you read through these. Like I said on the other video, there's probably a wiki that we can find all the answers to these, but I want to just work them out. So there's that. Now, secondly, at the end of our last video, I think the build video specifically, we looked at the damage that my build was doing, and with poison we was doing somewhere around the 20 to 30k mark, I think. Have a look at the damage now. Now the first thing you'll notice is I've got Mark of Death from the tank. So now I can mark and increase the damage that it's taken. And I also have up to 23 stacks of poison. And I'm doing around 270 to 300,000 DPS. It's absolutely crazy. Like, I have absolutely skyrocketed in the damage. You'll also notice that my skills down the bottom are different. I now run Rejuvenate for mana because we burn through mana not quickly, but quicker. We now run 3 auras: the attack speed aura, the aura that gives us decay, and the aura for, I can't remember what that one was. I think it might be nemesis damage. I'll check in a moment. Iron Vines we use. Iron Vines is mainly so that if someone's being targeted by a specific ability, it heavily reduces all their damage taken. There's a lot of bosses that we're now at that do specific targeted abilities that really chunk someone down, or their abilities that do damage over time, and until they're healed, fully healed, they continue to take that damage and so forth. So we've got the Iron Vines there to help reduce that damage, and if nothing else, we just throw it on the tank. Blessing of Gaia. We put this on because this increases elemental resist, critical strike chance, dodge chance, and health regen. The main reason I use this is for critical strike. It gives us a higher chance to critical strike on the target, which means that our poison over time will actually do, or the poison in general will actually do more damage. And you can see it actually lasts longer than the cooldown, so you can, majority of the time, if I'm paying attention anyway, can keep it up on everybody. And our main healing source is just using spirit rituals. We can now stack them up to 3 times, which means they do a huge burst of healing, one after the other. They really, and then we have a chance to refresh a stack. So we can really keep someone alive with three of these. And the reason that I better than Renew is after a discussion on the Discord forums, I realised that not only can these refresh a stack for free, but they only cost 33 mana. They instantly heal when cast and then heal again at the end of the duration. We can stack them up and they're like they're instant cast. We can just put them on the whole group in massive times the damage with our Nature's Gift and we should be fine. And so far it's been working. There might be a point in the game where it stops working. And also we've got Banish. That's just to reduce the enemy's damage they do to us, their attack speed. It does cost a chunk of mana, so spamming that and as well as everything else when we're in heavy damage situations is not always ideal, but it's helpful. You can see we're now up to nearly 500,000 DPS. So let's just have a look at the talent build really quickly. We also did another round of these guys, where we had to fight versions of themselves. They were, instead of being the golems, the various golems, that we had to fight themselves. We walked all over them with this build. Like there was literally no challenge involved whatsoever. So I'm just going to have a quick look at the talent build I'm using now. I won't go through every talent. If you scroll down, if you just copy this build, if that's what you want to do, you'll see what I've mainly tried to focus on, at least for now, is obviously poison. We're up to level 8 because of gear, which again I'll go through in a moment. We're trying to get heal power as much as possible. We're trying to get range of fizz damage as much as possible. Attack speed helps. This is to improve our rejuvenation, so we can use it as a DPS cooldown. So instead of it just giving us mana, we use that, and it also gives us extra ice damage to the party and so forth, as long around with this as well, extra crit strikes and all that kind of thing. So we're going around that buff section. Obviously we cap this for the extra poison damage, and so that the poison can now crit. And the rest of my points I put into Occultist. Again, this is mainly for Nemesis damage. Again, you can just copy down the build here, what I've been doing. I've still got work to do. I'm not entirely happy with it. It still needs things to be changed, I think. I think there's a lot of things that I could change. This is the other one. Havoc gives us crit strike, obviously. There's still a lot of things I'd like to change, probably. It's hard to tell until I get to the end game as such, which I think we're nearly there. Elemental resists, I've been putting a lot of points into there. You'll probably notice if I go, not in that one, if I go to our resistances now, our elemental resistances are up a lot now. And this is mainly because where we are in the game, they matter. There's a lot of lightning damage, there's a lot of nemesis, there's a lot of fire damage. In fact, one of the bosses is entirely fire damage. And the fire damage is a constant ticking effect that as the fight goes on, gets higher and higher and higher and higher. And it already starts high, so it's an absolute monster. It's insane. It's absolutely nuts. So the environment, or the elemental damage is incredibly good. I haven't yet invested any points into leveling up the skills. I should do. It's going to make everything much easier for me, but I haven't done it yet. I will do shortly. In fact, I can just do that now, can't I? Especially with this, because this is our main skill right now. Bosh. So we've got max on that. We could use maximum on Blessing of Gaia. That'd be good. Okay, I don't think we got max, but we got close. Oh, we did get max. Okay. Banish. It's our only form of damage, so we might as well. There we go. Okay, so anyway, done that now. Skills then. Not skills, armor. So I've changed a lot with my gear. And because I went into sort of like a deep dive with this. So instead of going into a deep dive, I'm just going to go over a few things. So firstly, Festa. You can see I've maxed this out now. Like I have crafted it to the max. I have gone in here, I have augmented it, I have upgraded it, I haven't mutated it or anything, but you can see the ridiculous stats this gives us now. 354 heal power, 2,381 physical range of physical damage, sorry. 1,705 nemesis damage, minus 40% damage on poison, but we get 7.7 poison chance, and whenever an enemy gets a poison stack, they get 2 additional poison stacks, and poison also increases 3% of healing done per stack. So we get more healing the more poison stacks are up, and poison stacks quite fast. Now I've also enchanted this item. I've given it an extra poison damage, I've given it range and crit strikes, party max health, but an X more poison damage. This is an absolute monster of a weapon for us. It changed the game so quickly once I upgraded that. I then upgraded this, the Toxic Maker. Ranger fizz damage, poison chance, an extra 5 for poison stacks. Tank attacks can now apply poison of the current level, so our tanks can now apply poison. And the poison damage is based off the ranger damage, not the tank damage, which is important to note because there's an item here later which matters with that. I gave myself an extra 103 heal power on this item. I then put poison damage, party max health, and ranger crit strike damage on there. Now that I could probably roll the ranger crit strike off for some sort of elemental resistance or maybe nemesis damage or something like that, but I like the crit strike damage. Our crit strike is quite low, I think. Let me see. Ranger, where is it? Critical strike chance is 16%, damage is 202%, so it's getting up there, but it's still quite low. The extra percentage probably wouldn't matter too much at this point, although, you know, everything helps. Next, I got Prolonged Pain. Now, I've leveled this up, I've enchanted it, etc., but I haven't done anything else with it yet. I don't know if we're going to keep this. I probably will. But basically, it gives us a bunch of maximum health. It increases poison damage, increases the poison stacks by 10, gives us a 4% poison chance. It reduces the party physical damage, adds nemesis resistance, etc. It sounds great. I just don't like the party physical damage reduction, but I've reduced it slightly by skilling it up. You can see it's got a 5 next to it, which means I've leveled it up to 5. And down the bottom, I've given myself party maximum health, poison damage, ranger critical strike chance, and party nem damage. Again, the party nem damage I could probably roll off. Here, this gives our tank maximum health. Ice resist. Party members gain a percentage of tank's maximum health of bonus physical damage. Now, I think that scales the poison damage on the ranger, because if the party members gain a percentage of maximum health as bonus base physical damage, or of tank's maximum health as bonus base physical damage, then that says base physical damage, and poison is based off of the base ranger damage. So I believe this increases our overall DPS. It makes the tank do no damage, but it doesn't matter because he still applies poison using that. Then I've got a couple of items with just +2 poison, +1 poison, +2 poison. They're not the best. I can probably find much better to go in there. I'm still not sure whether there's a rune word or not that will go in there. There very possibly is, but because I haven't got them all, it's hard to tell. I've obviously farmed a whole bunch of items. There's some really neat ones, like this one, for example. Vampirism no longer heals each party members and will gain crave stack and so forth. There's a couple of other really good vampire ones that like massively increase the percentage that you get healed for with certain abilities. There's some really, really, really cool late game items. Again, I'm not going to go through them all, but I will fiddle with some builds once I get to the end of the game and try some different things, like some vampire self-healing builds and some electric purification builds like back in the old days. There's some other stuff I've encountered, like what's it called? Siphon Life build, where I can do like an extra 1000% more damage and stuff with it. It's crazy. So I'm going to have a look at those. Let's show you the progress we made. So we obviously finished Outer Courtyard. I think we did that last time. And that sent us to the Pandemic Depth. Now the Pandemic Depth is kind of cool because what it is it's like a maze. So you can pop these keys in and you open a maze. And you go and do these bosses and move along the maze however you see fit. We'll do a quick one now, just because obviously you missed out on the whole experience last time and me being like completely baffled by this. So we can see these are bosses from other areas. I'm going to kill the ranger first to get rid of the poison. This thing's the taunt bear, so it's going to taunt us onto that. And he can only take a 5% maximum damage at a time. You'll also get to see a little bit of how the build works here, which is really cool. You can see the poison stacks as they stack up are crazy. Once they hit 20, right, so now she'll probably die while we've been taunted to this guy. In fact, she definitely will. And now we're on the last boss, or the mob of the area. Poison doesn't seem to be affected by the amount of damage she can take. So now we've finished that one. You'll see the rooms have now got links, so we can go to a different area. So we can go here, and all the rooms have different effects. This contains more monsters, this has twinned elemental ring environment effects, and this has a swap environmental effect. So that means that that's a boss with a swap mechanic, that's a boss with an environmental ring mechanic, and this contains more monsters. We can also go to this one, Has stone feet environmental effect. Contains more monsters, stronger monsters, enchanted monsters, or enhanced monsters, and gives us extra gold drop in XP. So we'll do this. Now, we're on the first playthrough, this is exactly the same. How about that? It's exactly the same as what we just did. On the first playthrough we did of this area, I went through clearing every room in these dungeons to see, like, for experience more than anything, see what it was about, whether it increased our overall end game, like what we received at the end and stuff. It didn't seem to. You get specific on, like, well, when you defeat a boss, you get, as you can see at the end of this, you get items and gold and stuff based on the room, the boss, what the benefit was. So that gave us extra gold. 5,000 gold's not a lot. We're probably better off just farming in the midnight areas, to be honest. That's unlocked a new area. This one, you see now, this has got a altar. Reduces our heal, power, party, and block chance, but increases our gold, and drop rate. So we'll take that. I tried to just avoid the physical damage ones. And we can open this chest and get loots. Oh, a scorpion. Poison now also reduces enemies' damage dealt by 2% per poison stack. Oh, wow. Extra 28% poison damage plus 2 maximum. Oh, wow, okay. Hi. Hey! We might be using that. So we've got to do another room here. This one gives us XP, golden drop. This is much better. The same things. Much better. We'll go in this one. We'll probably melt this boss, to be honest. Summon rune zones, no one cares. I'm just going to stand in whichever one's clearer. No, nearer, sorry, words. But you can see, like, we're not having to heal a whole lot. We're eradicating stuff. It's insane, like, how much damage this build does. Obviously, this is old content now, to me. Because we've cleared this already, but it wasn't a struggle anyway. Since I've changed the build and got all those poison stacks and stuff, it wasn't like a hard place to do anyway, but we are melting it now, obviously. And this is a boss room, and you can see you get bonuses from doing the boss room. The bosses change as well. Generally, these are just like a boss you recognise. So this one's the fire guy, right? So we'll start back here, kite the fire thing through, dispel the frozen debuff and all that kind of thing. It's just the same as other bosses you've seen. They're just empowered. So we've got the sun ray on me now. I'm just going to kite it through here. He'll be dead before it gets anywhere, I think. Yeah. Just use our cooldown just to get extra ice damage out and finish it quickly. Just going to stand here. And that's it. That's kind of basically what these areas are. They're like little labyrinths, little little places you can go and farm. I don't have this either. All enemies loses health equal to 400% of health regenerated over maximum health. Wait, what? Health regeneration does not stop when health is full. All enemies loses health equal to 400% of the health regenerated over the maximum. Okay, so basically if you're doing a health regen build, it burns their life rather than heals, which is pretty neat. Not to you, the enemy, obviously. So when you finish this area, you can go back and clean up and collect all the boxes and all that kind of stuff. That's up to you. And that's it. And then you can run that as many times as you like. We seem to have infinite keys. We've got 2 different areas so far. Lowmore and Key of the Abyss. Obviously, these slots are all for other keys, I guess. But you can see, complete the first floor of the infinite corridor to unlock, and we have not done that yet. Our latest and greatest challenge so far. Oh, we did unlock the inner courtyard after that, which was a new bunch of bosses. We all defeated these. I can't remember what they all do, but they weren't that bad. Oh, this one you every 30% you had to activate a totem, and that changed the way that the boss fight went. Like this ice one can freeze people, the flame one would heal him every so often, and the lightning one does consistent damage. So I went ice and then fire and then lightning, because you have to unlock all of them, and that meant that I was taking less damage less quickly and from the start of the fight. These two, let me see. Oh yeah, this one pinned you against the wall, and this one did a bunch of nemesis damage, I think. Yeah, nemesis damage. They weren't too difficult either. This guy was kind of cool. He was another tank swap thing. Basically, the main mechanic was these two up here. He puts Dissolve Essence on the tank, and then once he gets Dissolve Essence, you swap it before he takes a harvest. Otherwise, he takes massive amounts of damage, and that was pretty much it with him. This old guy was a pain. He makes you old. You start with 25 life stacks or age stacks. If it goes to 0, you die. If it goes to 50, you die. So the fight was really just trying to balance, a little bit like the healer one that we did earlier on, where she gives you a curse and your health goes up or down, but if it reaches full, you die. If it gets to 0, you die. Same sort of thing, except the stacks seem to apply quick, and you can also remove them quick. So a couple of times I overhealed a target and it took me to age 0 and I died, and that was that. But that's all he was. This guy looks amazing. What an awesome skin. And he was just a bunch of lightning guys. Oh yeah, and potions, yeah. So he does a lot of lightning damage to you, and he drops a nemesis potion under your party, and you just pick it up and drop it under him. And he drops a healing potion under him when you go and pick that up and drop that under yourself. And you can move past the tank in this fight. A lot of the time when you read these, behind enemy lines, you can now freely move past the tank. You can kind of figure out from reading the skills what you need to be doing after that. And he gave us a key to go to Guardian's Cove, which is where we are right now. This place is tough. This guy summoned other bosses. So you do 20% of his life, he summons a boss. You fight the boss with their normal mechanics while you're dealing with his mechanics on top, which is a whole bunch of damage. All sorts of damage over times, nemesis burst damages, slashes, all sorts of stuff. You would deal with that whilst killing the boss, get him down 20% more, fight another boss. But he was long. You can see it took me 4 minutes. It was he wasn't a walkover, and the bosses had so much HP, it was long. We did one-shot him, but it was pretty hard. It was hard, and it got close. This guy was quite difficult. You have to alternate zones. Pretend, if anyone's ever played World of Warcraft and did Wrath of the Lich King back in the day, or has done it recently, the boss, the dragon boss, I can't remember what her name is now. I've completely gone. That guards the Emerald Dream. Some of you would have to go into the Emerald Dream. Some of you would stay outside. This is a similar thing. Where he summons a shadow of himself that's in a dream world and you're in the current world, and basically he does this giant slash every sort of 10 seconds that kills everybody in that world. So if you're in the current world when he casts it, on the one that's in the current world, he'll kill everybody. So you have to jump in a portal and go to the dream world, and then when you're in the dream world, the other guy casts the same spell a few seconds later, so you bounce in and bounce out. The trick is, though, you have to pay attention to what your party is doing, because there are some abilities that he casts that swaps the realm of some people. So if you're all in the dream world waiting for the other ability to finish, you have to be wary that he doesn't quickly swap someone into the dream world or into the reality world, and if he does, quickly click the dream portal again to get that person back. Otherwise they're just going to get one shot from the ability. And that was what was catching me out to start with, because I didn't realise that some abilities were swapping realms. They were swapping me in and out of realms. And these guys drop some really neat items. Like you can see now, we're starting to get some silly items. Increased Chaos Strike damage by 0.5% per elemental resists. It's absolutely nuts. Over 75%. But there's some really good items. Obviously we got Leech there. Oh look, +3 rapid shot level if you're a rapid build. And then finally this werewolf guy. Now this guy took me about 10 tries to try and figure out. But what it comes down to in a sense is he turns someone into a lichen. Now I misread this 100 times because I could read this as it can be dispelled, but I could not dispel it, and it was driving me insane, and people were dying because while they're in lichen form they take increased lightning damage. Their lightning resist gets reduced, so the more damage they take. And then he does certain abilities that like this, Seal of Fate, stunning the target, dealing nemesis damage over time, can only be dispelled if the healer is a lichen. So you have to make the healer a lichen to be able to dispel this effect. There's another one that does a whole bunch of damage unless it's on the lichen target, and man, I could not figure out how to swap it. But if I'd have read this properly, it's very easy. Dispelling any party member will remove the curse. So all you need to do is whoever's about to take the large amount of damage, you dispel them, and that makes them the lichen, and then they don't take the damage. And that was quite straightforward. And that leads us up to where we are. So we've got this fire guy, which is an absolute baller. He does everything is fire. Every damage is fire. You have a living bomb on a target, and you dispel that target, and that can't be the living bomb again for like 30 seconds or something. So, and then once the living bomb moves to a new target, it's Baron-geddon. So basically, he puts a bomb on someone. You dispel it when it's about to blow up and kill everybody, and that moves to someone else and resets the timer. So you're balancing this the whole time, whilst taking constant fire damage from the room, constant explosions from the room, targeted fire damage from the boss. It's absolutely madness. I've tried 2 or 3 times, haven't killed him yet. I need much more healer throughput to be able to survive the damage that's coming. And then this guy, this is our man that's guarding the gate. I'm a bit suspicious of this man. He's kind of weird, because what you have to do is, whilst healing your party, you heal him. And basically the fight is heal him up to full health and you win. However, he summons these 2 little dudes, and I could find nothing about these 2 little dudes. They just do a ton of damage for no reason. Put silences on you, they put reflective shields so they can't take damage and all that kind of rubbish. But it seems to me that when you kill these guys, they actually heal the boss. So the idea is to try and focus on killing these and healing yourselves, and they give you healing boosts. And I've been so close. I think I got him to about 95% or 90%, something like that. I've been very, very close with this guy. So I've just got him and him to defeat. And as you can see, defeat the 4 guardians. I think these are the 4 guardians. And then it says, as well as free Arden from the seal, which I believe is this one. And that gives us our last, or he said our last fragment, which I'm guessing is another one of these keys for a new area. Here's hoping, anyway. So before we close out this episode, since I've been talking a lot and I've just been showing you everything we've missed because, you know, recording's rubbish, we're going to have a go at both of these so you get an idea of how silly they are. Because when I go away, I've got lots of farming to go and do off stream to be able to survive. So this unstable seal, it instantly reduces everybody's health to 40%. If it casts while someone's below 40%, they instantly die. So we have to try and balance everybody's health up, but there's no point going too nuts because it's just going to go straight back down to 40% again, as you can see. So this is a nasty fight, really. Here comes the Guardians, so now we're going to really, really, really have to focus now. This is where things get nuts. So I think if we kill this, it gets a boost, you see? We need to keep a track of, like that. We don't want that shield to proc if we can help it. Oops, I'm not paying attention to people's life and he's casting Unholy Seal. That was a bad start from me. My range is dead now, so the only thing I can get poison stacks off is my tank, which is not ideal, let's be honest. Still working for me though. I lost track a little bit, which screwed us there. Both of these are nearly dead now. Right, so now he's putting Reflective Shield on someone. That one. Need to dispel that. Reflective Shield was what was kicking my butt most of the time last time, because Reflective Shield is a huge damage reduction thing. And obviously if my whole build is based around getting stacks on people, poison stacks on people, the last thing I want is for them to not be taking any damage. It's not ideal. Let's use my damage boost and just try and get a little bit ahead here. Reflective Shield up. Is it on him? It is. Let's dispel that. Let's give my tank the increase in crit and stuff, and hopefully he'll be able to apply poison stacks quicker. Sorry, trying to concentrate, my words aren't coming as I would like. Did he just... No, he didn't. I thought he just put a bubble on him, but he didn't. Another unstable seal. No, here comes a Reflective Shield here. Dispel that. Get everyone healed back up again. Everyone's getting quite low. Dispel the silence. Dispel the bleed. You really need to heal up now, please. I'm going to swap targets. I don't know if sometimes... I'm not quite sure why we should bother ever swapping targets. I wondered if maybe it was something to do with... that once you've attacked a target, they get more health and harder to defeat, so really you want to be trying to rotate the targets. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, this boss is a bit weird. We're getting there. We actually might do it. We might be close. We might be close. Nuh-uh-uh. Okay, he's going to put reflective shield on, so we dispel that. Go back to that target. We're so close, but I don't think we're going to... We did! Oh! There we go. Man, that was close. That was tight. That was very tight. Oh, a new poison thing. +2 poison level, 3% poison chance, and 2 maximum poison stacks. So we're getting even more poison loot, which is absolutely awesome. Alright, well, since this has been a lucky recording, perhaps I should try the last guy, although this is absolute silly. There's one ability I need to watch out for. Summons a fiery blade. Combust the air. Combust the ignited room, increasing its fire damage per second. Melts the body of the enemies, reducing healing received. That's what I need. I need to dispel magma rupture. Summons a seal of flame. Perhaps I need to kill that. Maximum fire. I thought there was something that I needed to pay attention to. Perhaps not. Just make sure we dispel that fire debuff. But you'll see the damage this thing does. It's absolutely balmy. So here's my first living bomb. Flame on. This is the first. Now our room's starting to take fire damage. I now need to get ready to dispel living bomb because it's going to explode. And that is now on the ranger at the bottom. Molten Surge. I can't dispel that one, can I? Nope. So now I'm going to dispel it off the ranger. Oh, no, you don't, Sunshine. Whoa. That was way too close. I don't know where my living bomb has gone. I think what happened was my tank died, and I've got a talent point that brings them back to life when they die. Or has a chance to bring them back to life when they die. And I think that's what's happened, and that's why we don't have a living bomb anymore. Which is neat, because I've basically removed a mechanic from the game. I wonder if he brings it back. He must do, right? Look at the damage that I take from fire, though. Like, all that's happening is I'm taking this consistent damage over time from the room, the effect of the room. It's absolutely crazy. The damage is obscene. But I think it's mainly to try and take your focus off of the living bomb, right? It's designed to, hey, focus me. Oh my god, look at everyone's health bars. Oh, you forgot about your living bomb and now your whole party's dead. I think that's kind of the idea of what it's supposed to do. I'm going to have to get my mana regen here. Fiery Blade. I also am not entirely sure whether I'm meant to be killing something. Magma Rapture is this big damage. Maximum fire. So now we're going to take loads of damage. Like, more than I would like, for sure. Let's get 3 stacks of heals on this tank here. Maybe we can keep... Oh, I'm out of mana. So I've got to try and heal through all this silly damage with no mana. I'm not sure that that's going to happen. But we got close. We got it down to 9% this time. I might have another go. I might have another go because we were pretty close. I still wonder if I'm missing something that I'm taking extra damage from that I shouldn't be. And also, do I just let the living bomb blow up straight away? Let's just do a test here. I'm going to let the living bomb just destroy me and see if the ranger instantly comes back to life. And that eradicates basically worrying about living bomb the whole time. Okay, it did party damage to everybody, but no one died. I wasn't expecting that. I was expecting someone to die. Okay, the tank's dead now. That's interesting, though. If I just heal everybody up and ignore it and let it pop, that's it for the whole fight. He didn't seem to cast it again. Saves me messing around balancing that. I've obviously got enough health to just ignore it, so that's what we're going to do. Right, I'm going to start stacking everybody's heals up now so that when this pops, like now, everybody's okay, or should be. Let's get a couple of heals on the tank. I need to watch my mana a bit more this time, because if I'd have managed my mana better last time, we'd have killed him. Because I can literally, sort of at half health now, pop it, get the extra... Oh, he's doing another living bomb. He does recast it. He does recast it. Okay, let's see if I can survive this one. Otherwise, we're really just going to have to focus the living bombs. Yeah, holy shit. So I'm going to have to... I don't know what happened the last time, whether we bugged it or not, but the living bombs we are just going to have to pass around. There is a possibility that I did dispel it and it just only moves around a certain amount of times. I don't know, but either way, what we just did doesn't work. It worked the first time, it did not work the second. So let's dispel this and pass it on. Who's got it now? The tank has it now. Getting ready to dispel it now. Dispel it, move it on. It's now on our healer. I need some AoE healing here. Oh, I need to dispel this fire effect, but I can't because it'll dispel the other thing. Right, so now it's on our archer, or ranger, sorry. Need to remember that. Now I'm going to pop my... He's turning up the heat, so we're now going to take more damage from the room effects. Magma Rapture, this is big damage incoming. I forgot about the living bomb. I was just looking for it then and wondering where it was, and I couldn't see it, and it popped. I think maybe if a second one goes, that you die, perhaps? I don't know. Magma Rapture. So I'm managing my mana much better this time. Dispel these Magma Raptures. I get to use my mana cooldown again soon. Molten Surge. Oops, so we've got a living bomb back. I didn't even notice because I'm silly. It's halfway, so we're fine at the moment. Now I need to dispel it, and then I need to dispel these effects. Okay, I should be able to use my mana thing again now. Whoa, whoa. Oh, tank's down. He got hit pretty hard. Let's move the bomb quickly. I don't know that we're going to kill it, but you can see we're getting close. It's just going to be a matter of... Oh, no. It's just... Oh, dear. It's all gone to shit now. We're getting close. It's just going to be a matter of time before we kill this boss. I don't know if I can handle this damage, though. I've got no one to pass a bomb to for a start. Oh, damn it. We got close. So, yeah, you can see this is going to take some practice. This is going to take a bit of time. I'm so close. I think once I've swapped those items around and increased my damage a little bit, we might actually be there. And that'll be onto the final section. So, yeah, that's where we're at, guys. I'm sorry that the first 2 episodes didn't record properly. It's my mistake. I should have checked. But here we are. That's our catch-up episode. You now know where we are, what sort of stuff we're dealing with, and hopefully we'll be moving on really soon. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. Hopefully I'll see you all again. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And please, outside, stay safe. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.